Hi there, it's Todd Smith, your member of Provincial Parliament for the Bay of Quinte, and for the first time, bringing my Bay of Quinte COVID-19 update to you from my Minister of Energy office here overlooking Queen's Park in downtown Toronto. Things are progressing extremely well on our roadmap to reopening Ontario as the COVID-19 pandemic continues to peter out. And this is all really, really good news. Vaccinations continue to rise. The health indicators continue to trend in the right direction, and that means we're able to move into step 3 of the reopening plan, which really is the final step in the reopening plan as of 12:01 a.m. on Friday. So you'll be able to actually eat inside of a restaurant for the first time since the winter, which is going to be great news. We've really enjoyed getting out on the patios. I know I've taken advantage of a number of different patios throughout Prince Edward County and over in Trenton and Quinte West and in Belleville over the last couple of weeks. But because people are getting vaccinated and because the health indicators continue to trend in the right direction, we're able to move into step 3 a week earlier than we anticipated. And we're cautiously reopening the province and gradually lifting the public health measures that are in place. And keep in mind, while our numbers are great here in the Quinte region, we're back fully in green. If you'll remember that old color-coded calendar that we put out there, Hastings, Prince Edward is fully in the green. There are still a couple of hot zones in the province. Grey Bruce, which was in the green for almost the entire pandemic, is now a hot zone. They're in red. Waterloo, also in red. But overall, the numbers in the province continue to go in the right direction. We've now got 180 people in intensive care units in our hospitals with COVID-19, which is way down from where it was a couple of months ago. And cases have continued to decrease. We were down another 14% in the number of COVID-19 cases over the last week, which is really, really positive news. And again, I'll go back to the vaccination. The vaccines are working, and we're seeing that in our sick individuals. The vast majority, almost 99% of them that are in hospital are unvaccinated people. So get out there and get your vaccine if you haven't received it yet. 80% of adults in the province, 80% now, have received at least one vaccine, and 60% have received 2 vaccines. So they're fully vaccinated. The clinics are still up and running. Some of them are walk-in clinics now where you're able to go in and get a shot. Get out there and get it because it's working. The numbers in Hastings, Prince Edward are almost the same as they are province-wide. I said 80% of adults across Ontario. It's 76% in Hastings, Prince Edward, and 53% are fully vaccinated now in Hastings and Prince Edward counties. So the Bay of Quinte region has been doing a great job, but there are still openings for you to go and get your vaccine. Ontario.ca/book vaccine is the best place to go. You can either get it from a pharmacy there, they'll link you in that direction, or get it to you from one of the public health unit vaccination immunization clinics, which are operating in all 3 of our communities in Bay of Quinte, in Trenton, and in Picton, and in Belleville at the Quinte Sports Centre and at Loyalist College. But keeping in mind, again, we're not out of this quite yet. Great news as we move into step 3 on Friday at 12:01 a.m. But the Delta variant is the dominant strain of COVID-19 in Ontario right now. And while the vaccines are working against the Delta variant, it is able to spread even that much quicker than other iterations of COVID-19 that we were introduced to back in February and March of 2020, and different mutations. But the Delta variant does spread quickly, and it spreads quickly within those populations that haven't been vaccinated yet. So what does step 3 actually mean? Well, it is, as I mentioned, the last stage in the roadmap to reopening. So indoor dining, you'll be able to get inside with public health restrictions in place. You'll have to remain 2 meters apart. The plexiglass and those types of measures will still be in place, but for the first time since winter, you'll be able to go in and eat inside one of our local restaurants. Our gyms will be reopened again for those who work out. I haven't been in a gym for probably 5 years, but I know a lot of you are really looking forward to getting back in the gym and other indoor recreation facilities like our arenas and potentially basketball gymnasiums, playing some volleyball, indoor recreation facilities, places like Wii Sports on Bell Boulevard, which is the small indoor arena. I know they're really anxious to get reopened there, getting the kids and adults both on the ice again, and doing some power skating and getting people ready for the upcoming hockey season. And our municipal amenities as well will be up and running at the Quinte Sports Center and also at the various arenas that we have throughout the Bay of Quinte region. Places like banquet halls will start to be able to reopen again. And there obviously are going to be some limitations in place. And for all the restrictions and limitations that are in place, go to ontario.ca and you can find everything that you need right there. Ontario.ca has all of the information on events. And I know there's a lot of our charitable organizations out there, our hospital foundations, and many, many other organizations that are really looking forward to starting having some of those big fundraising events that we used to enjoy. Those will be able to start to happen again, even in stage 3. So 50% of the venue, up to 1,000 people, you'll be able to start to see bigger crowds. But again, all the information you need is at ontario.ca. Our casino in Belleville will be able to reopen with 2 meters between individuals and plexiglass in place where the 2 meters can't be maintained. Our retail stores will be fully reopened. No more 25% or 50% capacity. They'll be allowed to reopen fully, and 2 meters distance between individuals will have to be maintained. Employees can get back to work in office spaces again. I know some people have started to trickle back into those different work venues, and they'll be able to get back into the office space again and make sure that they're practicing all of those public health restrictions and in the different measures, washing your hands, wearing your mask, all that kind of stuff. Outdoor events and festivals will be able to get back underway. And I know a lot of different community organizations are really, really happy about this. And so outdoor events, festivals, fundraisers outside, all of that kind of good stuff is going to be able to go ahead. So we really are starting to see the reopening of the province of Ontario. Places like Brighton Speedway Park, for instance, that hasn't been able to race now for the better part of a year and a half. They're back there. They're going to be able to welcome the fans back into the stands, and all of those sporting events that are inside will be able to occur again, whether it's indoor hockey or contact sports leagues will be able to play once more. So this is all really great news. A lot of planning is going into preparing for the fall as well. And when we're talking about getting the kids back into school. And, if you have kids that are 12 plus and they haven't gone in to get their vaccine yet, you're safe to do that. You can book your appointments and you can go in, make sure the kids are vaccinated. I think the more people that we have vaccinated will make the back to school process that much easier this fall. And hopefully there won't be any kind of delays or barriers or reasons to close down schools if people go and get the vaccine. That's both the kids in the class and the teachers and other education workers who are in the schools. So there's no reason now not to go out and get your vaccination. You can do that throughout the summer months, and then we'll safely get the kids back in school. Our post-secondary institutions like Loyalist College are also planning for the fall. They want to get the kids back in there and get them educated for important programs like personal support worker program, which is continuing right now, and many others that are available at Loyalist College. So we're working with the sector here at the Ontario government to make sure that return to class, return to school, return to full-time in-person education can go ahead without any delays or barriers. So we're really excited about that. And when step 3 starts on Friday, 21 days after that, as long as the health indicators remain where they are, low numbers in ICU, case counts low, positivity rates low, R factor low, all of those things, then we can start to diss all of these public health measures, wearing the masks and all of those types of things. So we're really doing a great job as a province. We want to make sure there's not a fourth wave, and that's why we're cautiously, gradually lifting the public health measures and cautiously reopening the province. So great job to everybody in Bay of Quinte, and Ontarians have really done their part. And let's hope, fingers crossed, that we can continue in the direction that we're going. I know our businesses across the region that are tourist businesses are anxious to welcome people, not just from our local region and across the province, but international visitors as well. I've had a lot of questions at my office about the border. Keep in mind that the border is a federal decision, so that's up to Prime Minister Trudeau and his cabinet to decide when is the right time to get the border open for our American friends and visitors. But in the meantime, stay safe, everybody. Make sure you get an update on what's open in stage 3 at ontario.ca. And if you haven't got your vaccine yet, I'd strongly encourage you to go and get it. That's the latest update from here at Queen's Park for the Bay of Quinte when it comes to COVID-19. Have a great week, everyone.